topic, not this one. She never taught me against him. She said I was a smart girl. That's one thing I can always say. My mom always said, and I always thought about it. She said, you're a smart kid. You're going to grow up and you will figure it out on your own. And I did. Right? So if I looked at where I came from, my father, I have no clue if he ever worked, if he ever, held a job. I would have to look at the obituary program to see really, what little details they did put on there about him, because no one has ever really told me about my dad. One of my cousins, we chatted back and forth once, and he told me that my dad was always the life of the party. I said, that's where I get it from. Cause a sister, man, I don't need no alcohol to have a good time. But he was a street man. From the knowledge I have of my dad, he lived on the street. He was hooked on, a lot of substances, and I'm not gonna go into that right now, but there was people said reasons behind it, which, he blamed other people for where he was, and that's where he stayed where he was, which ties in with what I'm saying. But it was all a choice. And if we look at our parents and our ancestors' lives, they taught us lessons, but we gotta look past what they didn't have and what they didn't do and see the lesson behind why they didn't have it and why they didn't do it. And then we can get past it and get it and do it, right? Because even sitting here now talking about it is opening up even more to me. But me, I could have allowed the fact my daddy, he didn't ever work for nothing big. He never owned a home. I don't even know if he ever had an apartment. I don't know if he ever owned a car. I have no idea. I never heard nobody say he did. I never saw it, right? My mom, she has never really had much. Everything she's had has been given to her from other people. She finally got a job when I was in high school, 12th grade, and that was because I don't know how the county works now, but her county benefits was going to get cut because I was graduating, which means I was about to turn 18, so she was going to lose the fact that she had 2 kids, and she only then was going to have 1. That's a side note for some of you mamas out there just having babies for the benefits. So, if I looked at where I came from, I shouldn't have nothing. None of the stuff that I had. But I looked past where they were, and I looked where I wanted to be. I didn't look at, I don't know, and I can't, my mama didn't do this, so I won't be, my daddy didn't have it, so I can't. I said, I want this, I want that, I'm going to get this, I'm going to get that, and guess what? I got this, I got that, and I got some in extras. My mom was a writer. I remember. My mom could write, and that's where I got it from. I used to watch her. She would sit with notepads, notebooks, and because it was in me to do, watching her stirred up the gift that was in me. But she did nothing with her writings. I could have said, well, my mama never published a book, so I guess I can't publish. No. I knew the desire I had. There was no resistance between me and that desire. I prayed, I believed, and I acknowledged, and I knew one day I was going to find out how to publish my books. I did not get stuck, because there was a time you can't get stuck in the fact that I knew other people who had published. I had reached out to other people who had published, and they act like they did not hear me. They act like that inbox message they did not get. But had I sent them a message asking if they needed a donation, I would have got a text back less than 30 seconds. But that was okay. It's all worked out for my good because I found it out myself. It led me to be inspired to make moves and to do things to get me to where I needed to get and where I needed to be to get the information I needed to get connected to the people who freely gave me what I needed for me to then do what I needed to do to now be the author of over 25 published books. I could still be sitting around here blaming the fact that all these black folk get stuff and don't want to share. They don't want to help nobody. They don't want to tell nobody. That's why ain't nobody got nothing. I no. I applauded them. I purchased their books. I supported them. I shared their information with other people. I didn't hate. I congratulated. I was grateful for them. And I continue to live my life. And now I have received over what I thought I was. And man, I ain't even halfway done because I'm gonna be honest. I'm mad at myself because I have not done what I know I could have done. You know, people looking like, dang, 25. I'm like, that ain't nothing compared to what I should have been done did. But it was all me, right? We are our only hindrance, and we are our only green light, I guess you could say. It starts and it ends with us. So I did not let my mom or my dad stop me. Their lives and where they were, I cannot use that as an excuse why I don't have things I don't have. We have choices. I look at the things in my life that went south or did not go as I planned. And I know now why. Because I allowed the thoughts that I received from other people's lives and what I saw other people go through to become my belief. And because I thought those things, I experienced them, point blank. Now, the only ones that will get this are those that's ready to get it. If it's, because I remember a time where somebody was saying this, I was like, please, whatever. That happened because he did this and she did that, and if they hadn't, then I get it. I get it. But for those who know, and you were like, dang, that makes sense. Like it made sense when I heard it. This is going to take you to a whole nother level in life. And that's why I speak it, and that's why I say these things. Because your job, your car, your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, traveling the world, your dream career, whatever it is you desire, having a child, winning the lotto, all of that is on the other side of you just relaxing and just letting it happen. Changing the views and the thoughts that you have been thinking up until now. How has that worked for you? Instead of thinking those same thoughts every day about the same things, change what you think. Something came to me earlier today. I've heard it, but it came to me clear as day in a certain way. Let me see if I can get it again. I should have wrote it down. When you think something, right? You think you're experiencing from what you see. Like, you think things happen and then you react or respond to it. But are things are reacting and responding to you, if that makes sense. You deal with the type of people you deal with because of who you are, not because of what's in them. You only pull out of them the part of them that connects with you. Now, like I said, you got to be there to get this because I'm still getting there, so this still be touching my toes. If you want to know how you're doing emotionally, look at the interactions you have with people in your family, from your spouse to your next door neighbor, to the people driving on the street, to the people at your job. You deal with what you deal with because you can only attract from them what's active and present in you. If there is nothing in them that is active in you, you won't match. You can't miss. They won't, even if they have to deal with you, they will have to come to where you are. How can I say? If you are if you are genuinely happy, loving, kind, generous within, and you're dealing with this is what you say, like with your mouth, right? This is what you're telling people, or this is what other people are saying about you. But if every interaction you have with someone is rubbing the wrong way, that's because there's something in you still rubbing the wrong way. In order for you to get that from that person, it has to be active in you. Whether it's a lot or whether it's a little. That's why you cannot be mad at things that happen. That's why I've gotten to the point where when situations happen, I get excited. I like when I deal with contrast or something that didn't go the way I wanted it to, because it's my indicator. My mental alert goes off to, okay, Lock, that's something you still need to deal with. It is a red flag for you to check you and not, quote unquote, have to check them. Or I'm going to tell. You ain't got to tell them nothing. Who you need to be talking to is yourself. Because had you been in check, you wouldn't have to deal with the part of them that need to be checked. Ooh, that was deep. If every person checked themselves, you won't have to check nobody else. So, ain't nobody stole your man. Ooh, that's a whole nother topic. Ain't nobody stole your job. Ain't nobody took your position. Ain't nobody took your opportunity. Ain't nobody took nothing from you. You gave it away. It's all you. It was all me. Many things in my life. It was all me. And when you finally get to that point where you realize that, then guess what? You can take it back. You can take your power back. You can take back your joy, your peace. You can get everything you desire